Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Now a give right side. Branch. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Able to fight through one tackle. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just told him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
The numbers for Gibbs from last week.
13 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a bad pile-up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well.
There he goes left side. They juked him, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run, 38 yards.
And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
To throw is Hayner.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Saints 1st down. Slot man moves right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Up the middle they go. Branch. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
throwing. Hayner.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Aiden Hutchinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check match.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Lions at 11-2 now, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. Give them 18 on the play.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays.
Touchdown!
Jamison Williams
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they've got it as we resume action.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
They'll run on first down. Branch.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the booths right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Painter.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Let's go.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Painter here from the gun. They'll get this out to Kamara.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
Butker's kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the interception on the opening drive, but bounced back to throw a touchdown last time out. And he'll look to build on that as they start 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Back to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
Down to about the 32. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now a give, right side. Branch. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hayner here to throw it. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On first down, Branch.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Hayner looking to throw it.
On the check down, he finds Kamara.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Hayner looking to throw.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Aiden Hutchinson
able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
From the gun, here's Hayner.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Let's go now.
3rd and goal, Hayner.
And that is incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He completes it to Olave. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get it inside the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is caught by Williams. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized. Get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hayner. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Throwing, Hayner. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
That is caught by Laporta.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Okay, great.
Gibbs straight ahead. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Back to 60, back to 60.
Another run for Gibbs here.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
3rd down and 1. On the give. Here's Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Lions are able to add on to that lead.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hayner sets to throw it.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Branch.
Yeah, this will wind up as Saints' 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Perry on the move to the right.
Right back to him on 1st down.
To the 43, 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw is Hayner.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really incredible performance.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That is caught, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll run with Gibbs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Again, it's Gibbs. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot, touchdown! Jamison Williams from 3 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Lutz with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Saints offensive. NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
First down, here's Hayner. Throw out wide is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Hayner. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Hayner to try it on 4th down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pick up there of 20 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll look to throw here.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions.
A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Lions stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Hayner here to throw it.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 2nd and 10, Hayner again.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll go for it. Here's Hayner. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Come on.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hooker. Finds Gibbs on the check down.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Flag.
Looking to throw, Hooker. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
Hooker to the air yet again. He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Painter. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taking on the midfield logo. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 20. That time. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Now Hooker going to change things up a bit.
They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Take it at the 37. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. A quick throw there out to Williams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Okay, ready?
Throwing. Hooker. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an